Bring us honor, soldier.
You won't have to worry about that scout anymore.
You beat that scout to scrap with its own legs? Pulled its optic cables out its headcase? Actually, don't tell me. Rather use my imagination. You're a passing fair soldier, I will confess. But you are one, and the enemy is legion. What you need is an equalizer, a weapon to strike fear in their cold, mechanical hearts. Cantina, lavatory, behind one of the toilets. That's where I've kept it hidden all these years.
You hid your secret weapon in a lavatory?
Sharp, ain't it? The lavatory is the very last place a mechanical has need to enter.
I'll let you know if I find it.
On the double, soldier. Don't want the bartender poking around in there with a mop.
Wonder if the plague's ever gonna pass.
You're not a big drinker, are you?
We can have another zero.
Bring us honor, soldier.
Found that package you mentioned.
Feast your eyes, soldier. This here is a genuine Spacer's Choice injury customizing unit, designed to deliver a lethal blast of electrical discharge. I call it the Hand of the Law. You ever want to see a mechanical flailing around like a grounded fish? You stick a couple thousand volts in its guts. With compliments from old Ludwig.
How do I use this exactly?
There's a workbench right through this door. Attach that unit to your favorite weapon and go forth into glorious battle. Time's come for you to journey down into the black heart of the enemy's camp. I'm talking about the old geothermal plant. Unfortunately, the old plant lies outside my board-given jurisdiction. You'll need to get a passcode from the boss, Reed Thompson.
I already got the passcode.
I've been after a passcode for years. Boss said no on account of my gross incompetence with all matters related to security. I need you to get us the brain of a mechanical. Well, not exactly a brain. Anatomically speaking, what we're looking for is a logic module.
How am I supposed to get one?
There's the rub. If a mechanical breaks down, the logic module fries. So you can't rip one out of its corpse. You're gonna have to find an intact model somehow.
What are you planning?
Don't tell anyone, all right? I've got a contact. A real expert in the inner workings of the automaton. We are gonna rip those mechanical secrets right out of their circuits.
Edgewater's in the middle of nowhere. You don't have a contact.
Well, excuse me. What I meant was I'm going to get a contact. I didn't know I had to be all prissy about my grammar around you.
Hey, Pavardi.
I don't reckon so. I work with gears and pistons and such. Stuff you can put hands to. Computers and mechanical brains are outside my ken.
You know, she names the mechanicals she fixes. Calls them Bess and Clancy and so on. You keep a careful eye on her. Could be a sympathizer. If you die horribly, I will pour out...
sorry. I'll just be a minute.
You the new worker? Whatever. Make it quick, Tenderfoot. I'm busy.
Gravesite fees here to collect.
Shit. Silas still on about that? Here, take the fees. I'd appreciate it if you didn't tell Reed I was late on my payment.
This paper's not signed in your name.
Because they're not my fees and not my gravesite. Guy I worked with shot himself. I paid the bill.
It's kind of you, I guess.
I could do without the sarcasm. Wasn't acting out of the goodness of my heart. Law requires delinquent gravesite fees to be paid by the deceased party's closest living relative, which meant me. Shame, though. Eugene was a good worker.
Where were we? Shane, so the guy shot himself?
Woke up one morning and put a round through his upper story. Can't imagine why. The kid was doing all right at his desk. We all thought he was an upstanding receptionist. Just between the two of us, I'm pretty shocked his weapon didn't misfire. Spacer's Choice handguns aren't the most reliable.
Must be tough losing family.
Eugene wasn't family.
Thought you said you were his closest living relative.
Yeah, I was the closest living person relative to his
Oh
body
my
at time of
God.
death. I'm the one who found him, you see, so I pay the
So annoying.
fines. Suicide's a crime. The legal term is irreparable damage to company property. What Eugene did to himself was vandalism.
Okay. Did you have to clean bits of him off the wall or something?
First of all, that's a horrible thing to say. Secondly, yes, we did. When one of your workers commits a crime, the entire town pays for it. In other words, Edgewater would have been penalized pretty hard. Whatever Eugene was worth as an asset, we would have had to pay out of pocket to Spacer's Choice.
Oh my God. It's
All I
Eugene's
know
side.
is Silas asked me for Eugene's gravesite fees, which means he was approved for burial, which means his papers went through, which means that I'm just glad to put this whole ugly affair behind me. Eugene can rest his bones in peace, and
Bye.
Whoa, well, you tell Mr. Thompson I'll be right at my post. Tomorrow. Bright and early tomorrow. Because I'm definitely not plagued.
You want to tell me what got you so
You
nervous?
Some sort of wandering alienist? Walking into a man's own domicile, pestering him about his mental state?
I'm positive you mentioned something about being plagued.
You don't know that. I could have been saying anything. Maybe I said vague. You know how words sound a mite strange when you're sick. Wait, no. Oh, damn it. Okay, listen. Maybe I am feeling a little under the weather, but I swear I'm on the mend. Please, don't tell the constable.
You should put a sign over your door or cover your mouth.
And become the town pariah? I'm already the oldest worker in town. I don't need to give him another reason to avoid me. Hey, you're hale and healthy and possibly for hire, ain't you? Do a good turn for an expiring old man?
How can I help?
There's a cache of anthracillin tucked away in the old community center. I need you to break in, nab that medicine, and bring it back.
Okay.
You oblige me with your haste. I think I feel the plague spreading.
Gravesite fees.
Silas knows, doesn't he? That's why he sent you. Look, I got my gravesite fees right here. See?
You're taking an awful risk trusting me, you know?
I know that. Reed would have wrote me up. Constable would have locked me up and wrote me up. Could have gone to see the good vicar.
I...
You're making a mistake working for Abernathy.
Why?
Where are we headed? You mean about the mission being I know, but Vicker... Real machines have gunked up oil. The machine Vicker sees is one ain't... The Vicar's about the only soul in the Vale who spends his time. It's just that when he looks at me... I cut my own hair.
Please don't touch anything. Physical hygiene recapitulates moral hygiene. Cleanliness.
I can show you my hands.
No, thank you. That's quite all right. I'm Conrad. You will report to me if your hair fails to... You will also report to me in the event of your death.
Give me your dues.
Ah, gravesite fees.
I mean, you're broke.
As broke as pie crust, friend. Bidless, indigent, destitute. I simply cannot afford it. I am a blemish on the prosperity of our fair settlement. When I expire, I expect Silas to toss my body into a ditch.
Some quality drama.
Thank you, no. I despise the cereals. Tell Silas I can't afford to pay. And that I fully expect to have my medical rights revoked for...
Just give him an IOU.
Not a bad idea. Your idea intrigues me, but I'm
I don't have time for this. Conrad, receptionist, shot himself. This is bad. Company's gonna have to call it for what it is. Destruction of Spacer's Choice property. Eugene was an asset and somebody has to pay his body price. This is gonna ruin us. I was thinking about it. We pawn off his teeth. He had a full set of gold teeth. Steal his teeth. Take his teeth. Bye. Give me all your stuff.
What can I do?
I know about Eugene.
You know about you.
Found a note.
Then, you know Phyllis suggested selling off Eugene's gold teeth. Eugene's golden teeth were a family heir.
I'm sure you won't miss them.
That's unthinkable. Eugene's body and all rare earth minerals contain them. I can't ask Silas to dig up.
Are you asking rhetorically?
Desperate measures, Miss Holcomb. I'm going to have to ask Silas to dig up those...
I don't care.
Here you are. Gravesite papers of fic...
I told you he
Eugene
killed himself.
was
What
not
happened?
a suicide. He put a bullet in his brain, yes. I was the one who prepared Eugene's body for interment. I discovered Eugene overdosed on adrenatime, which is known to cause psychosis and We can all thank our lucky stars that young Eugene was I included it all in my official report. I'd like to think I saved Edgewater
Bye.
Hey, lovely to see you about, Miss Parvati.
Things going all right, Silas?
Been keeping him careful and true, miss.
What are you talking about?
Best to ask her yourself.
My dad's buried here. Silas watches over him when I get...
I'm sorry.
Oh,
Some,
Hey, about those fees you wanted.
you run into any
I'm all done.
reliable work from a freelancer,
I went out of my way for you.
and I'll buy you a drink sometime.
I was hoping something more tangible.
Suppose you've earned it. One good turn deserves another.
Abernathy was trying to hide his own illness.
Abernathy was sick? With the plague? That's disgusting. I shook hands with the guy.
He was convinced you knew.
What? No. If I knew he was sick, I would have had him reported. I needed his fees because of his name. A for Abernathy. He was at the top of my list, you see?
Let me ask you something else.
Yeah?
Fuck it.
I'm going. Okay, moving out.
Gotta find you.
That's the last of them.
Clement, I find I must disagree with your theories about the Earth Directorate's place in the colonial system. Sadly, as much as I appreciate the board and the new frontier they've opened for us, I believe Halcyon and other colonies on the rim of the galaxy would fall to pieces or war amongst themselves if the Earth Directorate wasn't around to regulate trade and settle disputes. Do you think the corporations would accept the mandated inclusion of an Earth Minister if they had a choice in the matter? Jefferson, of course, I'd never dispute that Earth is the heart of the whole colonial system, but the real adventure and independent spirit upon which humankind truly thrives is to be found here amongst the furthest colonies. I still think you're wrong about history, though. The discovery of the skip drive was not what gave the Earth Directorate power over the corporations. The high costs of the Great War left them in a weakened state, and the skip drive was simply the extra leverage the Directorate needed to return to power. Just got the letter today. Corporate ordered me to relocate to the Edgewater Cannery, effective immediately. It's a shame. I was really looking forward to running my own gift shop at the community center, selling rare memorabilia, but scripture tells us that all things happen for a reason. Work fortifies the spirit and all. As for my book collection, I can't bear to part with it. Don't want the books smelling.
Any progress on that matter we discussed?
Okay, but
Wonderful. This is fantastic. Well worth all the sacrifices I... Wait. What the fuck is this? Is this... French? I can't fucking read French. It's a law-forsaken joke is what it is. French. Ha! I was so high and mighty, preaching to the yokels about following the plan, while fighting it at every turn.
what's so important about this book?
I've spent my life searching for the keys to unlocking the secrets of the universal equation that underlies the plan. I had hoped this book held some of those answers. I became so desperate, I even got myself assigned to this plague-ridden backwater to find the damn thing. All the time and suffering I've spent. Wasted.
Why did you think the book held the secrets?
Bakonu, the author, had some interesting theories about man's perception of reality that I thought could be applied to our attempts to decipher the plan. Unfortunately, he was also one of the founders of the Philosophist school of thought, so the book is banned in this colony.
What's a philosophist?
Philosophism's a false religion that stands in contradiction to almost everything we know to be true. They believe all is chaos, in stark contrast to OSI's belief in the plan. But most of the philosophist perversion of Bakonu's thoughts came more than a century after his death.
At least you still have your mission work here to give your life a meaningful purpose.
Please. As if my life should have no greater meaning than proselytizing to a bunch of feeble-minded wretches. Nothing could be more excruciating than discussing the true nature of reality with people who have no interest beyond their next Aetherwave program. But that's neither here nor there. What I need to do now is to find a translator, obviously. But to do that, I'll first need to secure transport. You have a ship. Perhaps I could make myself of use to your crew.
Sure.
Certainly. I already gave you most of my money, but I can offer you free spiritual counseling, and I'd be happy to watch your back. I'm pretty handy with a tossball stick, or any blunt instrument, really. I'm also a passable gun hand, if it comes to that. I can usually talk my way out of conflict, though. Oh, I'm fairly competent at hacking computers as well.
Sounds good. Let's go.
Fantastic. Let me get my things in order, and I'll catch up with you.
Edgewater's gonna miss you. Folk here always had good things to say about their vicar.
Thank you, Ms. Holcomb. I'll be glad for the change of scenery, and to leave this place behind.
Let's burn this shithole to the
I
ground.
shall see you on the ship, Captain, whenever you're ready to leave Emerald Vale.
Got it. Heads down.
11? Isn't that when you're in bed?
In the morning.
Oh,